Niliandika hapo ndani mimi mwenyewe nikasema, this agreement does not constitute a coalition agreement with UDA. Iko hapo, Ruto alisign, Baba alisign.
Edwin Sifuna has thrown the first real punch in what looks like a growing split inside ODM. The party has been drifting through the broad-based setup with President William Ruto, but this week the mask slipped, and when it slipped, it exposed confusion, a mistrust and a widening gap between the people expected to speak for the party.
We have by-elections, and we have agreed as a broad-based team that where we have a UDA candidate, that is the broad-based candidate. In Malava, in Mbere.
The drama started when HOMABAY Governor GLADYS Wanga told her supporters that ODM and UDA had agreed to field joint candidates in a number of upcoming by-elections. She claimed that KASIPUL, some seats in Western and a few others at the coast were already lined up under a new shared agreement. To many, it sounded like ODM was ready to fully embrace the broad-based partnership with Ruto and walk into a future where both sides avoided bruising each other at the ballot.
That he left us inside the broad-based government, and therefore as a party we will be inside the broad-based government, and we will support the government of Dr. William Samoei Ruto together with yourself, Professor Kithure Kindiki.
But Sifuna shut that door almost immediately. He stepped out and broke the narrative with force of someone who had enough of mixed signals. In one move, he dismissed Wanga's claims and reminded everyone that ODM is still a single party with its own agenda and its own candidates. His message was not soft, it was blunt. ODM would not surrender its position to place the broad-based handshake. Not now, not in the by-elections, not even with pressure building from State House.
Symbol yangu ni chungwa. Mnanielewa? We must keep that identity. Wengine wanatuambia ati by elections za November 2027 party leader ati kuna candidates wa broad-based. Broad-based si chama. Na kama si chama haina candidates. Unajua nyinyi mmefanya kazi ya kura hapa. Kuna wamama wakiingia kwenye polling station kama hawajui jina ya candidate, wanasema mimi nataka ule wa ODM. Ukweli ama uongo? Kuna wale ambao hawajui hata candidate na chama, wanasema ile symbol ya baba ile.
The clash has left the entire political class wondering who is telling the truth inside ODM. Is Wanga speaking with information from the inner circle, or is she trying to push the party in a direction it has not formally agreed on? Is Sifuna defending the party's core identity, or is he battling a battle against members who are getting too comfortable with Ruto's expanding influence? What is clear is that the two leaders cannot both be right, and the fact that they are contradicting each other publicly shows just how unsettled ODM has become after Raila Odinga's shift into the broad-based arrangement.
Hakuna candidate wa broad-based. Broad-based is not a party. It is not a party. It does not exist anywhere. So what we want us to understand, leaders should not bring confusion to voters unless wanataka hawa candidates wetu waanguke kura.
For Ruto, the mixed signals are not a small issue. His team believed that the handshake with Raila opened a path to 2027, where ODM will not oppose him as fiercely as before. The broad-based formation was meant to calm temperatures and give the president a breathing space as he shapes his re-election plan. A coordinated slate of candidates in friendly zones could have been a major advantage to Ruto and UDA.
Kwa heshima ya huyu shujaa wetu, ile kitu siwezi kukubali, na nitafanya juu chini Mungu anisaidie, ni wale ambao wanataka kung'oa chama ya ODM na kwenda kuchezea karata ya upinzani kule nje. Hiyo haitawezekana.
But Sifuna's stand has cut through that dream. It suggests that ODM is not ready to fold itself into Ruto's calculations. It suggests that despite the meetings, the agreements and the public smiles, the party still sees itself as separate, independent and fully capable of going to war at the ballot.
Unless umetumwa uangushe watu kura. Pale Magarini tukiingia, tunaingia kama wana ODM, wanachungwa. Rangi zetu zinajulikana, sera zetu zinajulikana, nembo zetu zinajulikana. Ukiona tu chungwa unajua ni nini? ODM. So we don't want people to bring
Within ODM, the split is deeper than a simple disagreement. There is an old guard that fears losing the party's roots. They believe that once ODM starts sharing candidates with UDA, the party's identity will dissolve. They also worry that the broad-based structure forces ODM to act as if it is already inside the government, even when it is not. To them, Sifuna is defending the soul of the party.
Without a strong party, hakuna pali tunaenda. Party hawezi kusambaratika. Party lazima ikuwe mmoja. Na tusimame na tuseme simama gangari. Na msiwe waoga. This is the biggest party we have in the whole of Africa. Tunasema ongeringo.
On the other side are leaders who have become comfortable in the new political climate. They see cooperation with Ruto as both strategic and necessary. They argue that the country is tired of constant battles. They also believe that RAILA'S new global role and his handshake with Ruto should naturally shift ODM closer to the government. Wanga's remarks were a reflection of this thinking.
We have by-elections. We have by-elections. And we have agreed as a broad-based team that where we have a UDA candidate, that is the broad-based candidate. In Malava, in Mbere, in Banisa, those are the broad-based candidates, and Baringo. Where we have...
These two visions cannot exist in one party without tension, and the by-elections have exposed that tension in the rawest way. As things stand, ODM looks confused about what it wants to be in the next 2 years. It wants access to government, but it also wants to keep the fierce opposition identity that build its support base. It wants unity, but its leaders cannot agree on this basis. The result is a party that looks divided at the top, anxious at the roots, and unpredictable to its partners.
I want us to be strong. Now we are having by-elections. Kesho tunaenda Magarini. We are going as Orange. Orange ODM. Hakuna party inaitwa broad-based. Umesikia? Hata Malava tuko na...
Sifuna's move has not only embarrassed Wanga but also left Ruto's camp unsure of what they are dealing with. If ODM cannot speak in one voice on something as simple as who will run in a by-election, how stable is the broad-based arrangement, and how long before the cracks widen into a full political earthquake? One thing is clear, the split is real, the confusion is real, and ODM is no longer the tightly controlled machine it once was. The coming by-elections may not only determine winners and losers at the constituency level, they may also decide which direction ODM takes and whether the broad-based handshake survives the next political storm.
Ambao wanatumia majukwaa ya kukampeinia candidates wetu wa by-election kuleta mambo ya two term pale. Na mheshimiwa party leader, hawa wote ambao unaona hapa ni members wa Central Committee. Tuliketi tukasikizana kwamba jambo ambalo halijasikizanwa ndani ya chama cha ODM ni kwamba hatujaamua jinsi ambavyo chama kitaingia katika uchaguzi wa 2027. Na tukasema uamuzi huo ni muhimu sana kuachiwa watu wachache pale juu. Mimi nilitaka kwamba nyinyi grassroots leaders alivyosema,
nataka kuwaambia tutasimama imara. Tutachunga legacy ya baba. Tutasimama na ile legacy baba alituachia. Tutasimama na president wetu.